numerous equestrian cultures throughout history: the Scythians, the Huns, the Turks, and most famously the Mongols. These people groups proved to be very notorious for their incredible military conquests done under a short period of time. They swept across the plains and into river valleys, burning cities to the ground and subjugating settled peoples. However, the city dwellers would win at the end of the day. With the invention of gunpowder and more advanced weaponry, the nomadic cavalry became far less formidable. Eventually, settled societies like Russia and China would take over much of the Eurasian steppe, and the conquerors became the conquered. In the Americas, Europeans, first starting with the Spanish, would introduce the horse. Native Americans would take up some of these horses and domesticate them themselves. This would form a new equestrian culture. This was particularly apt for hunting bison across the Great Plains of what are now the United States. And of course, these equestrian peoples would eventually become conquered by settled peoples. In other words, the very European settlers who brought the horses in the first place. Another major change in human history was brewing: the Industrial Revolution, which would bring about steam power, trains, and eventually automobiles, and other mechanical forms of transportation that are far stronger than horses, faster than horses, and don't shit. Although they do produce a lot of gas, which we're currently dealing with the problems with. Nonetheless, these horses are still seen as symbols of power and speed, and today they are by and large bought and sold and used for sporting purposes or for companionship. And they're also seen as status symbols, similar to that of sports cars.